What is up, everybody? Welcome to my YouTube channel, Extraordinary Critic. My name is Brandon Taylor, and today we have a retro review. Today we're going to be talking about Fatal Attraction. It came out in 1987, and this is an OG Stalker movie. So if you're tuning in, grab a snack, relax, and I hope you enjoy the video. Let it go. Fatal Attraction. So this is gonna be my first retro review. I will be reviewing, the retro reviews are basically me reviewing old movies, good and bad. And this one, my first, I decided to talk about Fatal Attraction because Fatal Attraction is the first Stalker movie. It's the first to ever do it. You got so many movies that's tried to that Fatal Attraction. You got Obsessed and stuff like that. So many bad Stalker movies, but this movie right here is the OG original movie. This is the movie that started this whole trope, this whole trend of Stalker movies. And it was directed by Adrian Lyne and starred Michael Douglas and Glenn Close. Sorry about that. And what's this movie about? It's about a man who had an affair with this woman that he met at a party, and turned out this woman turned out to be a psychotic and made his life a living hell. So let's talk about this movie. So this movie, Michael Douglas as his man who he decided to have an affair, even though he has a beautiful family, he has a great wife, he has a daughter, has a dog, and stuff like that. He don't seem like, the movie don't make it seem like he had a boring life. Like he seems like he has a good life. He has friends, great friends that he works with as he's an attorney and stuff like that. So what makes this movie like very, very special and separates from other Stalker movies, even though it's the original, the first to ever do it, is that the affair aspects. Oh man, I'm glad that this movie gets straight to the point. It doesn't waste any time. This man, all he wants is sex. He don't want anything else. He don't want no love. He don't want no side piece, none of that. He just want to have sex. And he found this woman that he's attracted to. In movie world, he's attracted to this woman. And is sexual tension between them two, and he decided to take on it and act on it. And the more he gets into it, the more she wants to have something more than just a sexual relationship, and that's when the conflict comes in. And then he realizes that he made a huge mistake. And that's one thing I like about Fatal Attraction, is that there are consequences for this character's action. Like, in other movies, especially the ones that try to play safe, they always make the characters seem like they're good people who just made a bad mistake. No, in this movie, he realized he made a huge mistake and he messed up, and that he's not a good person. Like Michael Douglas, the character he plays, he's not a good person. He cheated on his wife. For what reason? I don't know. He just wanted sex. Like I said, it don't really explain why he cheated on his wife. He just did it because he has a ding-ling and he wants to have sex. You know what I'm saying? And one thing that really impressed me, that he feared. He was scared out of his mind. He was scared to lose his family, and it was so many times when he came this close to losing it all. Because one thing you gotta realize too, if his wife divorced him, he gotta go through the paperwork. He gotta get his own lawyer. He gotta go to court. He gotta do all that stuff. He gotta get custody of the child. It's a lot that goes into this than just losing his family. He gotta deal with other headaches as well. And that was one of the things that really impressed me about this movie, is that, man, one slip up and he could lose it all, and he got to deal with multiple headaches. And another aspect of this movie is that he got this woman pregnant. Spoilers, but he did. We don't know if she's really pregnant or not, but she says she is. But we don't know because do we believe her what she's saying? We don't know because she's so crazy in the mind. So like, yeah, it doesn't play it safe. The sex scenes in this movie, very entertaining. I'm not even a big fan of sex scenes. I don't really like sex scenes, honestly. To be honest, you can leave those sex scenes out. But in this movie, it's not your typical sex scene where like it's slow motion and it's like you got fancy color lights and they're doing it all slow and the guy's on top of her and she's like biting his shoulder. No, it's not like that. The sex scene in this movie, there's no music, there's none of that. They get straight into it. They are rough. They on top of each other, like they on the sink. It was more like when they first started doing it, they're ripping each other's clothes off, and they're like into it, and he's pulling his pants down, and they accidentally turned the water on because they on the sink and stuff. Like it's rough. Like it gets straight to the point. It's none of that boring aspect of other sex scenes where like you know how the movies are at today's time with sex scenes. Like the music slowly turns up. And then you cut to them doing it, and they're like, either you have a slow motion sex scenes, or you got sex scene where they're like doing it, and the music's playing, and the music gets louder and louder, and it takes like freaking 5 minutes for that scene to go on and on. It wasn't like that in this movie. When they have sex in this movie, they are just doing it. It's quiet. You hear nothing but heavy breathing and honking and cars in the background because they're in New York and stuff like that. That type of stuff I don't mind. You know what I'm saying? And the villain the girl, Glenn Close that plays the Stalker, she is a terrifying villain. Like she does not care what happens to her. She doesn't care what happens to other people. She does a lot of crazy things, but it's not to the point where it's like, oh, that's unrealistic. No, she does some things that can really happen. Like she took the daughter for a ride, and we didn't know what happened to her, and she killed the rabbit and put it in the pot and boiled it, stuff like that. Like stuff like showing up to the man's house, keep constantly calling the house, and this man like he just fears that the wife's gonna find out what happened and stuff like that. They don't play it safe, and I'm glad they don't play it safe, because movies nowadays, especially in Stalker movies, most of them are PG-13, and they do play it safe to the point where like they had like the main character almost did it but stopped, and now you got Stalker because you didn't go all the way with it. They want it fully now. Or you have this other aspect like The Boy Next Door with Jennifer Lopez, where she did do it one time, and he's stalking her, and he just become like this super villain. Like he a hacker. He know how to fight. He know how to shoot. He like all that crazy stuff. No. This is a woman who doesn't have any skills, who just crazy and is willing to do anything to get this man's attention, even making his life a living hell. So the Fatal Attraction is the OG, is the first one, and it's the best one. And no other Stalker movies, no matter what you do, is gonna come close to Fatal Attraction, because this movie is well paced. It gets to the point. It does not mess around. It don't play it safe. And the third act is scary. It's really, really scary. In the third act, what happens to because I feared that the villain might win. It was just that good of a movie. It's one scene in Fatal Attraction that really, really like okay, this is scary. It's like when he breaks into her apartment, he try to find stuff. He couldn't find anything, if I'm not mistaken. He goes to his friend. They hide down the library, and man, Michael Douglas in this scene was phenomenal. He was just sweating, and he was explaining everything to his best friend, and he just admitted, I'm scared. I'm gonna lose my best. I'm gonna lose my family. I'm gonna lose everything. Like I'm scared. Like she keeps calling the house. Like I don't know how to get rid of this woman. I can't kill her. I'm gonna end up going to jail. So I don't know what to do. And I had a best friend like, I don't know what to tell you, buddy. like I don't know what to tell you. And that's the great thing about this. Like it's realistic. Like you don't know what to tell him, because it's kind of like you did it to yourself. Like you should never cheated on your wife. you know, but you did, and now you're here, and now you gotta figure out what to do now. And the tension kept building up to the point where she had this man going crazy. Every time he answered the phone, he would run to the phone and drop everything and pick it up before anybody does to make sure it wasn't her. And there'd be another person like, oh, okay, yeah. And everybody look at him like, well, what the heck is wrong with this guy? You know? Fatal Attraction, I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. Great movie, well paced. First Stalker movie and the best one. It's always gonna be the best one. The other movies, it's not gonna come close to it. All the other movies are really terrible. And the funny thing about this is that I'm gonna tell you the story. So I came home and my girlfriend was watching Obsessed, and she really liked that movie. She's like, "Oh man, that girl's crazy." And I was like, "Yeah, you think Obsessed is it's a bad movie, but also you think that movie's good. That movie ain't nothing compared to Fatal Attraction." And she didn't know what Fatal Attraction was. So when I showed her this movie, she was like, "Oh, okay, I understand now." And when my girlfriend, a movie really got to be good to get her attention. So when we sat down, we watched Fatal Attraction, she was really into it. And she was like, "Okay, I understand what you're talking about now." That's how good this movie is. So yeah, so movies like Obsessed, Boy Next Door, even Martin Lawrence, Then Life, Ten Love and Hate, those type of movies. What's that movie? What's that movie with Omar Epps and Nia Long? Whatever that movie is called, it's called Fatal something too. Whatever that movie is called, none of those movies will ever come close to Fatal Attraction. I don't care, Sleeping with the Enemy, whatever. None of those movies come close to Fatal Attraction. It's an OG movie. It's the first, the original, and it's the best one, honestly, because it gets straight to the point and it's violent and doesn't hold back. And that's why I really, really love it. It does not play safe, and I really, really like that. I feel like those other movies I just named, I feel like they kind of play safe, especially that Nia Long, the Omar Epps movie that came out in 2020. That movie was really a TV movie. So yeah, 8 out of 10. If you haven't seen this movie, go give it a watch. This is my retro review, my first one. It's a great movie. Give it a watch, and you're really gonna enjoy it. But anyway, guys, like, subscribe, share this. We'll share this channel with everybody that you know. Please support this channel as much as possible. I'm trying to get this thing started, so if you guys can, just please support as much as possible. I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Please be safe out there, and good night.